Hey, guys, I'm doing a rough draft update to the Shadowfax Voltron deck. So before I get started with that, I want to mention a few things. So I did my live stream on the 14th. Now, whenever this is getting posted, which is a few weeks after, um, so it is live and it's public, so you guys can view it as well. Um, So yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to mention. The other thing that I was wanted to mention is, so I pulled Risk Study, which you guys might have seen if you guys watched the live stream. And then the day after, on Sunday, I pulled another one. So yeah, so one of these is going to a friend of mine. They were on my first one, and I was like, well, I really enjoy the art, and I like the card stuff as well. And so I told him I was going to keep it, but if I ever decide to sell it, then I would offer them up first. And then I pulled another one. I was like, well, alright. So one will be on to my friend that was wanting that one. So yeah. And then last thing before I get into the deck list, so I had posted a short that I was going to make a Horse Moogle deck. And some of you guys may have seen that. Yeah, so the important thing is that the Moogles have lifelink for the tokens, and also for the regular creatures, at least on them anyway. And so that works with the horses actually pretty well. So I'm looking forward to doing that deck as a commander deck, and this may be the commander or maybe Shadowfax. I haven't decided yet, but I'm looking forward to making that deck and playing it because that actually looks pretty fun. So let's get into the Shadowfax Voltron deck. So I put Cloud in here because it works with equipments and all that stuff. So, and when a Cloud or equipment would trigger, it triggers again. So yeah, and then Fire on. So creatures have haste, which is kind of irrelevant, but it's like, well, there's other creatures in here, so it works pretty well to get the other one's haste. And then where a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token copy of it, except it has cost is 2 less. Huh, that's actually kind of interesting. I never really read his effect, the secondary one, so that's actually kind of interesting. Sorry, Amist. And then I decided to throw this in here. This is a very fallback plan to have in here as a plan B, plan D, plan C, whatever you want to call it. So this is a little slower than with Hardened Scales in it, but it still gets the job done. So basically, it enters with X +1/+1 counters on it for however much you pay to have it enter. And then you really counter, deal 1 damage to it. And then this says you target a creature and then prevent that damage, and then you put a +1/+1 counter on it instead. So the whole loop is that you ping itself X amount of times, create or put X infinite +1/+1 counter on it, and then you essentially just take out your opponent if you want to with all the counters that's on there. So again, that's a very, very plan B, or however you want to put it, backup plan for the deck. So, which I tend to kind of like that idea to have a plan B. So which tends to be pretty useful. So, and then, so whenever he attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. So this can also help with attaching different equipment to Shadowfax during combat. So that's on the field anyway. So, and then permanent you control have a trustful until end turn and all that stuff. So, and then you can also foretell it, and you get additional benefit if you cast it from exile. So yeah. And then a bunch of new equipment, or maybe they may just be reprints, but just some newer stuff for this deck to use. And then some more new cards. This card is insane. Is during combat, you may attach any number of equipment you control to target creature. Yeah. That's pretty crazy there. And then put a +1 counter on target creature, and then it gains lifelink. So that's not terrible either. And then these equipments are bonkers. So this one's pretty good. This one's also crazy as well. And then this one's wild. So power toughness is XX, or X is your life total. Yeah. And then Buster Sword's actually kind of crazy too. And then we get to the regular stuff in the deck. So, Erwin, which also helps with equipment as well. Lands. Guardian Summer. Authority. There is, like, kind of a horse theme as a side plane as well to this. To kind of help control the field. So, that's in their kind of plan B. And then Blightsteel. So you can beam this out off of Shadowfax and essentially just kind of end the game with 1 hit. So at someone. So yeah, that's a thing too. And then Full Throttle to get more combat phases and essentially end the game that way too. So. And then Elspeth. And then just kind of more equipment and kind of things to sell your mounts and a few. I don't think I have vehicles in here, but at least a few mounts I do have in here. So more reduction cost for equipment. Copying a horse, which is really always good, or the unicorn. So, but yeah, this is in their, I don't know if it's a reprint land or a new land, but in their pretty decent land as well. So, but yeah, it's pretty much simple to the point, just kind of essentially Voltron, but with some plan Bs to it. So, Shelter by Ghost for the Guardian Summer, essentially. But you can put the Shelter by Ghost on anything else that you want. So, Curse the Summer. So, but yeah, pretty much simple and to the point. So, this gives a creature infect, which isn't a way to end the game. So, yeah. So, yeah, pretty much, again, simple to the point. So, but, yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm hoping to play this deck with the updates to it this Friday night and see how it does with the updates. But again, you guys will see the horse Moogle deck in the future. I gotta put a deck list together and figure out how I want to go about it. So yeah, so stay tuned for more Final Fantasy and more decks in the, commander decks in the future. Definitely looking forward to doing a ton of decks for you guys with different horse variants. So but yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and I'll start at you guys.